Guys, nobody
Probably
has
my next guest is not what is he up to, it's like what is he not up to. He just released his newest signature sneaker with K-Swift. He is the CEO of VaynerMedia and Vayner Sports. He's a multiple best-selling author. He also has a great new rosé out called Empathy, which I enjoy sipping, like Aaron Rodgers over weekends, over the last couple of weekends.
That's chugging rosé.
No, I'm not chugging rosé, no. I'm not chugging rosé. And now, one of the latest ventures for him is a curated set of cards inside a Topps nationwide release of cards. He is Gary Vaynerchuk. How are you, Gary V?
Well, Rich, I'm okay, but last night's KD situation and my Knicks future has me a little bit on tilt.
All right, Gary. You're not really, because I saw your about if you'd like.
That 1 year out. I actually think if you think about it logically, look, what's going to be, life is about alternatives. So the alternative is we go trade every young asset, right, for Anthony Davis, or you sign KD to a max deal, you get somebody else to a max deal or a good contract, or you wait if you can't get Kawhi or Kyrie, which looks likely you can't. And what happens is you have KD's presence in the ecosystem, which gives hope to the fan base. It mentors the Kevin Knoxes and the Mitchells of the world. You're likely not going to be that great. You might even find yourself back in the lottery. We have a new lottery system that allows us to get massive upside if it bounces well. But even if it doesn't, you have KD coming back. He's a shooter, Rich. He's a shooter. Like, he's going to be more than fine. It's modern medicine. He's young. Everyone says he's old. That's fine. But you know this, Rich, because you and I are older than these kids. Yeah. 31 today is not 31 the way you and I grew up, right? And so, yes, I think he gives you 4 or 5 ridiculous years, which is what you're kind of looking for. Yeah, I would sign him to a max deal. I don't know what to say.
Unless, of course, he just stays put with the Warriors for a year. He cannot opt out and then maybe create some sort of window for next year.
Or somebody can be brilliant and come to him right now and offer him a max deal.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gary Vaynerchuk here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, Gary, what's the scoop of your Topps national release of cards that you've got a curated set of cards inside? I know you were talking about trading cards last time you were here. I give you the floor on why are you so interested in this?
Well, Rich, because I basically am an entrepreneur because of baseball cards, and I'm 43, and that classic 87, 88, 89, those great, known as the junk wax era. The cards aren't worth anything, but it was the height of popularity of sports cards. Sports cards are the thing that I most associate myself and my youth to. And if you told 15-year-old me that I would have a trading card literally in packs of Topps, I would, this is easily the single coolest thing I'm ever going to do in my life outside of buying the New York Jets.
Interesting enough, that does not say that Gary V says on the back of the Jose Ramirez card. It does not say anything about you buying the New York Jets, but I would never put that on any back of a card right now. So this is what top entrepreneurs in baseball. That's what this Gary V's top entrepreneurs in baseball.
One in every 18 packs, there's an insert, Gary V's top entrepreneur in baseball. Lou Janot and I, Lou on my team, went through a lot of data. And, it's a fun set because for every Alex Bregman, there's a Trevor May because Trevor just happens to be a phenomenal entrepreneur. He, may not end up being the most valuable baseball card because middle relievers don't really dictate the market. But we really put a lot of effort into who's an actual entrepreneur. And then, so you have one in every 18 packs chance to get that insert. And then above and beyond that, there's autographs and special inserts. One in every 5,000 packs is the dual auto. Rich, you can go to a store right now, buy a pack of top Series 2 baseball cards, and possibly pull out a Derek Jeter, Gary V dual auto card.
So his autograph is on it along with yours.
Yes, all 12 guys that I picked, because I picked two icons, Randy Johnson, who's become an entrepreneur in his photography business, and Derek Jeter, who's well documented in all his entrepreneurial ventures, are the two classic guys. And so there is a dual auto Randy, dual auto me, dual auto Bryce Harper, Alex Bregman, Trevor May, Jose Ramirez, and it's Chris Iannetta, who happens to be an entrepreneur in the wine world, which is my former life. So I'm super fired up about this. What happened was 2 years ago, I started saying baseball cards, sports cards are coming back. A year ago, I got really loud. By the way, I'm opening packs as I'm speaking to you. I just pulled an Alex Bregman game used jersey insert card, so I'm excited here. I decided they were going to come back because of sneaker flipping, gambling. I thought vintage cards were unbelievably underpriced, especially in basketball, as it continues to create demand in Asia and other things. And so Jordan rookies, Kareem rookies, Oscar, Jerry West icons, and then obviously the new stars, the Hardens, the Kobes, the Durants. By the way, one of the things I'm most excited about, if Durant is out for the season, I'm going to buy an uncomfortable amount of Durant rookie cards over the next year.
Gary Vaynerchuk here on the Rich Eisen Show. So what is the value of some of these cards that you're pulling out of this pack? If you just go ahead and throw it in, I guess, some sort of
eBay auction?
Yeah, some sort of coating or some sort of protective cover.
Oh, you're talking about the grading system. So I don't know yet. They just came out, and so the value of these cards is going to be figured out. I'd like to think that there'll be some demand from from entrepreneurs that want my insert, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, the market decides on that, right? And so we'll see. I mean, there's a big national convention in the last week of July in Chicago. I bought a table, Rich. I'm literally spending 4 days at the national convention as a dealer, like back in my teenage days. So I'm excited about hustling there, and we will see what the cards are worth.
Incredible. So.
By the way, real quick, I apologize for interrupting, but obviously we talked about it last time a little bit when I'm really getting hot on this. I noticed your tweet about finding your cards. I saw a bunch of people jumping in. It's the emotion and nostalgia that really drives this hobby, and every kind of 20 years it bubbles back up and becomes a dominant force. I also think there's a really interesting thing. I've had over 50 to 100 mothers reach out to me and tell me the reason that they're excited or even pushing their kids into sports cards is they're looking for alternatives to technology. And they like the idea that their kids are spending time opening packs, putting them into binders, trading with their friends in real life. I think the fear-mongering of technology is going to lead to a little bit of market dynamics as well.
Interesting. So when you say technology, it's like get them off a screen, which obviously my wife and I are constantly focused on the amount of screen time, televisions, iPads, iPods, or whatever, iPod touches my kids are on. So you think moms are concerned about that, giving them cards and is going to be a thing, if you will.
I'm starting to see it, and I'm also seeing moms be way more into entrepreneurship than my generation. I was luckily in a place where my mom did believe in it, and oh bam, I just pulled a Gary Vee insert. It's Ian Kinsler. I'm fired up. Ian Kinsler just pulled it, Rich. Fired up. GB3. Ian Kinsler, great ball player. Are you a fan of Ian's game?
Well, Ian, I'm not. I haven't watched much Padres baseball lately, to be honest with you, Gary. But I do know he's on the Padres now. And interestingly enough, I just took out my old Stride Right shoebox that I have next to my desk here, filled with cards, and I have no idea what they're worth. You say they're junk, is what you're saying? Are you saying they're junk?
I say they're junk, and you know what? I'll give you $10 because you and I are friends. So I'll give you $10 for your junk.
I'll give you 12, Rich. No, but I gave you that Call Your Strength over there, and it's pretty good condition, right? It's not bad.
I mean, the grading thing has been huge. Right now, the hobby's going through a ton of stuff. Like, demand is at an all-time high. There's scrutiny right now about grading, which I think, trimming cards and things of that nature, very important conversation. I think the hobby needs to go through. On top of that, I think a lot of people are going to get caught up in the Zion hype and all this new stuff. There'll be a lot of people. Look, right now we're in the potential of the next junk box era. because I think there's going to be a ton of cards made. The demand is going up. The card companies are going to do well. But I want to caution everybody getting into the hobby to be thoughtful about supply and demand. My recommendation is soccer and basketball because of the global demand. My recommendation is older cards because of the supply and demand. So I personally, I'm sitting with you right now and I just got delivered 83 Luka rookie cards graded perfectly. Now I think Luka is going to be an all-time player. So I'm okay with making an investment on him because if I'm right that he's all-time, top 50, top 25, then that plays out. But for the most part, what I'm really investing in is, Dominique Wilkins, actually Kareem. I just bought you'll like this, Rich. I just bought for I think $17,000. Actually, I just got delivered. It's here. Yes. Lou, pull it out. I just bought a 1957 Bill Russell rookie card, graded 7.
And how much does that cost?
$17,000. Wow. Now, I think Bill Russell is not only a basketball icon, and I hate him, by the way, because he's a Celtic, but he's a basketball icon. But more importantly, one thing I'm noticing, and this is my thesis in general, I don't even want to share this on your air because of the massive amount of audience, and I haven't bought enough yet to get as many as I want, but in a world where I'm trying to bring some value, and I adore you, I think one of the most underpriced cards in the world right now is Kaepernick rookie cards.
No kidding.
Yes, so obviously his on the field is extremely unlikely that that's going to play out. However, I believe he will in 15 or 20 years. I saw it. In 15 to 20 years, 30 years, will be one of the most important cultural icons to a generation. And I believe his rookie cards will, on the next cycle, Rich. I'm now talking about my son's daughter or son collecting. Right. Kaepernick rookie cards are going to be grossly, grossly higher than they are now. So that's one card I'm looking at, and that's how I look at Bill. I think you're starting to see, we saw Kuzi come out. I think as America, ironically, is taking a step. People see us in a tough spot now where we see the world differently. I think some of the icons of acceptance and inclusion in sports will continue to grow in overall fame, not just sports fame. My intuition is there is a documentary to be made in the next 30 years that really tells Bill Russell's story in a way that transcends just sports, which creates even more demand for his rookie card as one of the executions of people paying homage to him. And so Bill Russell is very high on my list of underpriced cards. And obviously, $17,000 may make people choke on being underpriced, but like fine art, I'm looking right now at a 1957 Bill Russell card that looks beautiful, in great shape, and even though it's $17,000, I genuinely believe I'm going to look back at this interview one day and tweet it, or whatever the platform is in 30 years, when this is a $100,000 card and will be considered historically correct.
Sneaker, too, with K-Swiss, the 004 Positivity and Optimism. That's the name of your shoe?
It is, because I believe in those two things. Without delusion. Everybody who's listening, if you're not into optimism and positivity, you're in trouble in life, because if you're looking for bad, you can find it. But that doesn't mean delusional. And so practical optimism is my religion.
You're the man, Gary. Love having you on. Anytime. You know that.
Rich, I need to get on before the Jets season, because after I watch the third preseason game, which ironically is against the Saints this year instead of the Giants, yeah, I will have a very educated hot take on their record for the season.
Educated. Hot takes aren't educated, Gary.
God damn it.
Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at a picture from your Instagram. I must have missed this. You and Le'Veon Bell had a jersey exchange already? Did you really?
Not only do we have a jersey exchange, Rich, when we're off the air, I'm going to show you a text exchange that basically black and white proves that Le'Veon Bell is a New York Jet because of me.
Now that's a hot take. That's a hot take.
No, actually, you know what that is? That's actually 100% pure facts.
Hashtag. Take care of yourself, Gary. Congrats on the cards and the sneakers and everything else. We'll chat soon.
I'll be calling KD before the day's over to make sure I can say that about the Knicks as well.
You got it. Take care.
Right, thanks, guys. See ya. Thank you for your time.
The one and only Gary V. At Gary V. on Twitter and Instagram. And maybe he's the best. Hey, Gary, take it easy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And by the way, you should listen at
That's so fun. I love doing radio. I fucking love doing radio. It's crazy how much I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are super well. And Luca, but this, how nasty is this? Get this to the fucking safe ASAP, right? Did you factor us into the amount of money we spent?
Sure did not.
Yeah, I knew that number. I knew that number was low. All right, see you guys later. Go buy Topps cards and take selfies when you pull my card, please. See you. What's up, sis? Sis, did you see? Sissy, is Liz Nabello. How crazy is this? Is this the craziest shit ever? Like, can you actually believe this happened?
YouTube? Are you live in it?
I'm not. No, I'm on.
Are you live?
I'm live on. Am I live on Instagram? I thought on YouTube. Okay, I gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. See ya.